Happy Andy. Okay, here's a quick little tutorial on grip of the sticks. We're going to use what's called match grip, which is exactly what it sounds like. Both hands are exactly the same. I'm going to turn sideways so you can kind of see. I'm going to use my right hand, but it's the same for the left hand. I got about an inch and a half sticking out of the back of my hand. Most of the grip is between my thumb and my first finger, and you can see there's a lot of motion available in there. But I'm also going to curl my fingers around. I'm not going to grab it. I want to keep it nice and loose in there so I still have that motion even when my fingers are curled up. And I'm also, so that's the first fulcrum is right there between your thumb and your finger. That's where a lot of your motion comes from. But you've also got your wrist doing some work too. So it's a combination of the two, this one and this one. So if I'm just going to stand sideways, you can see it's nice and loose in here. I'm not going to grab it like that. And when I hit, you'll see that it actually bounces off the head, and there's about an inch of space after I hit it. Same with the left hand. Right? So, things to look out for. When you're just playing, we'll be talking about using quarter notes and eighth notes at this point. Quarter notes are just counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm counting eighth notes, it's twice as fast. I'm going to keep playing quarter notes, but I'm going to count eighth notes so you can hear it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, now I'll play them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can also use both hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good way to practice this is do 4 on each hand and then 4 together with both hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Easy enough. So, again, simple things to look for. Loose grip, not tight. Let it rebound off of the head. And also, when you're using both hands, look for the height of the stick, where they're both coming up to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. If I'm playing faster, if they're not coming up to the same height, you get that sort of horse gait. You see one's coming up way higher than the other, and it sounds awful, especially if you try to go fast. Yeah, like that. It sounds awful. If you're going for speed, you want to make sure that the stick height is coming up the same for each hand. Okay? So be aware of that. Loose grip. Relaxed. The other thing is, we're using a pad right now, but we could just as easily be sitting behind the set at the snare drum. You want it about waist high, maybe a little bit lower. It's very much it's your decision. But a good way to check is your hands at your side, sticks in your hands. You just bring them up. They fall right in front of you. Nice, relaxed. If it's too high, you get way too much tension in your shoulders. If it's too low, you're reaching down. So you just want it to plop right up, right in front of you. Nice little gap between the edge of the drum and the stick. Right? Relaxed. Hands are loose, right in front of you. And me personally, I've got this nice little V formed by the sticks. Some guys play way out here. Some guys actually play way in here. The sticks are almost perpendicular to each other, parallel to each other, sorry. I can't play like that to save my life. Some people like it. My personal opinion is just a nice little V, relaxed arms. All the work is coming from here down at this point. That's not to say that you won't use other parts of your body. You certainly will. If you're playing heavier, you're also going to use your elbow, which will come into play. And when you're getting around the set, you're also going to use your shoulders. And you'll be turning your body and the whole thing. So your body gets a lot of movement playing behind the set of drums. Okay, so here I am on my little mini set of drums. We're only going to be using the bass drum, the snare drum, and the hi-hat to start with. Keep the confusion down. I'm going to play the bass drum with my right foot. I'm going to play the snare drum with my left hand. And I'm going to play the hi-hat with my right hand. Now I'll bring that click up, and you'll hear one is louder than the rest. And we're going to work in little groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one of those little groups of 4 is one measure, and we'll get more into that later on. But you'll hear the first one is a little louder. So what we're going to do is the bass drum is going to play on 1 and 3. So here's your count: 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the bass drum. And the snare drum is going to be on 2 and 4, opposite of those two. So it's going to be 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both of them together sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now all I'm going to do to start this is I'm also just going to play 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the hi-hat as I'm doing that. So all you have to do for that is just hit all 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now if I add all that together, I'll start with just the bass drum and the snare drum together, and then I'll add this in. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Add the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double up on the hi-hat. And what those are going to be, what we've been playing up until now, each note that we're hitting is a quarter note. Just count it, as I say, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you start adding eighth notes, which is twice as many notes, you count it like this. 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It sounds like this. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 2 of those for every one of the click. So if you're hearing 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what we're going to do is play the whole thing with all quarter notes, and then I'll switch to eighth notes on the hi-hat, and you'll see the difference. The speed is exactly the same, except I'm playing twice as fast on this hand. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get nice and comfortable with that first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to say the count in eighth notes. I'm not going to play eighth notes yet. You'll see what it sounds like.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that on the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if you break that down, basically what happens is you're playing 2 of these for every one of these, or 2 of these for every one of these. So again, it's going to be 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's just the hi-hat and the bass drum together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Remember, bass drum is on 1 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now here's just the hi-hat and the snare drum together. Snare drum on 2 and 4. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the biggest thing about this, keeping good tempo, is this hand, the right hand. So you want those to be nice and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bass, snare, bass, snare. Bass and snare and bass and snare and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and done. Okay, good.